close sports polls, as the Ramblers left the court after their loss to the Michigan Wolverines. Their #1 fan was there to greet them. USA Today Sports San Antonio, best friends, since the 3rd grade, Clayton Custer held up Ben Richardson as he saw him while walking off the basketball court for the last time. "He grabbed me around the neck, and I just started holding him up," Custer said after the Ramblers' season-ending loss to Michigan in the Final Four on Saturday. "To see somebody I grew up with going through that much pain was hard to see, the fact that it's his last year, and our last time playing together. It's not going to sink in yet," an emotional Richardson said. "It hurts to have this be the last one." Coach Porter Moser then consoled Richardson on their way to the locker room, grabbing the senior, pulling him close and telling him, "You changed the direction of this program." Junior guard Marks Towns, who cramped up midway through the second half and lost the explosiveness that allowed him to outcook Michigan defenders in the first half, sat shell-shocked in the locker room with a mixture of emotions. Michigan's Moritz Wagner's dominant Final Four performance. More emotions, tears flow for Loyolas Chicago after loss to Michigan. Michigan's Jordan Poole chases sister Jean down to pay his respects. "Happy tears, because of what we did coming to the Final Four," Towns said, "playing on a national stage, wearing Loyola across your chest, repping our community in the city of Chicago. Sad tears, because of the seniors, just thinking about what we could have done better." Towns said once Michigan made its run in the second half, "we couldn't stop the bleeding." Custer likewise felt the regret. After 4 thrilling NCAA tournament wins, in which the 11-seeded Ramblers upset Miami, Florida, off a buzzer beater, Tennessee off the last-second jumper, Nevada by 1 point in the Sweet 16 and then Kansas State by a nice margin in the Elite 8, Loyola wasn't on its A-game in the second half and uncharacteristically turned the ball over and made defensive errors that ended up costing them against the Michigan team they led by 7 points in the first half. Loyola Ramblers coach Porter Moser and guard Marks Towns, 5, embraces time expires in the Ramblers' Final Four loss to Michigan. Photo, Robert Deutsch, USA Today Sports. "A lot tears, a lot of anger," Custer said. "Just because we made mistakes that we usually don't make. People were upset at themselves. We've been good defensively all year, and we were messing up defensive rotations. I think if we would have stuck to the game plan, we would have won the game. We were just sad it's over, and frustrated with ourselves." Michigan's Mo Wagner finished with 24 points and 15 rebounds. Custer said that while Wagner is a hell of a player, Loyola faltered with his handling of the stretch big man. "We had a plan for him and we didn't execute it very well in the second half," he said. "Sometimes, college kids make mistakes." All season long, Loyola maintained the motto of "no finish line," as a rallying cry that helped them on a storybook run that captivated the nation. Not only were the Ramblers just the 4th, number 11 seed to reach the Final Four, not only did the team dare buzzer beaters, clutch shots and a lovably famous 98-year-old nun, Sister Jean. Loyola did it all by playing team basketball and beating power conference opponent with camaraderie and team chemistry that put their unselfish, mature dynamic in the national spotlight. Loyola Chicago players in tears as they make their way to the locker room following a 69-57 loss to Michigan. #finalfourpick.twitter.com/JZPVet. USA Today Sports, USA Today Sports, April 1, 2018. "These guys are just so high character," an emotional Moser said. "What they did is very hard to do. They changed causes. They left an impact on the school, the student body. Look at the perception of people looking at what they did and how they did it. And they're not going to know that right now, because there's pain in the locker room. It was as tough a locker room as I've seen because they believed they belonged and they believed like they wanted to advance." Towns said of this team's legacy on college basketball, "Anybody who hears the word Loyola, you will be respected for the rest of your lifetime. Anybody who hears Loyola can think about a high-character group who have great heart and grit. A group that never quits. I feel like we changed the direction of this program. Every NCAA tournament win for Loyola this March, a different player stepped up with clutch heroics, epitomizing the madness that comes with one of the biggest spectacles in sports." In the first round, it was Dante Ingram's top of the key buzzer beater to sink number 6 Miami. "We all believe in each other," Ingram said after the Michigan loss. Loyola Ramblers guard Clayton Custer, 13, and center Cameron Krutwig, 25, react on the bench during the second half against the Michigan Wolverines in the semifinals of the 2018 Men's Final Four at Alamo Dome. Photo, Bob Donnan, USA Today Sports. In the second round, it was Custer's game winner with 3 seconds left to drop number 3 Tennessee. "It was the best time of my life," Custer said of the run. "I thought we had a shot to win the national championship. I'm proud as hell to be on this team with these guys. I think we inspired the city. I think we inspired Loyola, people in general from across the country. I think we inspired people in general." In the Sweet 16, it was Towns' three-pointer with 6 seconds left to clip number 7 Nevada. "We'll be engraved in history," Towns said. "We'll have a brotherhood forever. We shouldn't have any regrets because of what we did this year." And against Kansas State, it was Richardson's 23 points and 6 three-pointers. "I mean, it hurts right now," Richardson said. "And we're disappointed. But we're going to be able to have a lot of pride in the fact that we made a name for ourselves and could have let the whole country know what we're about, and we earned everything we got. I think we did it the right way, and I think a lot of people will remember this run for a long time." Freshman big man Cameron Krutwig, who finished with 17 points and 6 rebounds as the team's best player in the final game of an epic NCAA run, summed up the emotional aftershock of the team's Final Four loss in the locker room as tears dripped down his eyes. "The memories will outweigh the pain," he said softly.